England swings like a pendulum do.
Bobbies on bicycles to buy two.
Westminster Abbey, the Tower, Big Ben.
The rosy red bums of the Eton young men.
I say again, Westminster Abbey, the Tower, Big Ben.
The rosy red chicks of the little children.
You are the Abel Danger Agent Chips, I believe. If so, pastel color please.
That is correct, Lemmy. I am Agent Chips of Abel Danger Global, Pastel Manly Mocha. You are the gentleman who spoke to Parliament on 1 November, I presume. No prove-up necessary, because with a senior executive service in the colonies terrorizing air travelers before the Thanksgiving holiday, I have had all the bits and pieces I can stand. I am also thinking of swearing off tits and muffs for an hour or so. Please be aware, if you put up a 15-minute YouTube regarding Foundation X, they will kill you in 3 weeks or less, just like they did to Gareth Williams. You see, D2 Banking owns the senior executive service and the British firm on which it was modeled.
Well, like you always remind us blokes, they cannot kill us all. Chris Story is dead, and if I were to die, I believe the population of the UK would connect the dots, although the population is not demanding a just resolution of the Harley Gregg or Maddie McCann issues. By the way, the videos that Abel Danger put up at ukcolumn.org are very good. Do you work alone, Agent Chips?
No, as a matter of fact, I have agents Fanny Galore, Susie Q, Red Panther and Ginger Cookie back at the Richmond Hill Hotel near Kew Gardens, resting up for some enduros as soon as we conclude the transfer of files. Also, I have a boy Friday named Hamish who has rudimentary typing skills and is a gardener, but other than his cheesy accent, he's not very helpful.
Right you are, Chips, but why did you dress like a spaceman? I thought you worked undercover.
When you called me on Skype and said to meet you by the Big Cock and you'd tell me about Foundation X from your anus, I thought that we might be shuttled to that planet.
Actually, you indentured yank, I said big clock, not big cock.
Big clock, big cock, does not matter, we have them both covered. Do you have the file on D2 Banking?
Chips, loose lips sink ships. Please refer to the firm as Foundation X or I could end up face down in the River Thames.
Oh, I see. Did you attend Eden?
Yes, as a matter of fact I did. How did you guess?
Well, first of all, you mentioned face down, and at Eden little boys have to do lots of domestic things for upperclassmen, including homosexual acts, and then there is your faggy accent indicating that you must have been fagged, and I am aware of only 2 fagging schools in England, Eden and Oxford.
My accent is not faggy, but rather English, carpeach.
Okay, let's agree on faggy English accent and get on with the exchange of files. If you have the microfiche on D2 Banking and its relationship to ING Holland, the Venetian Banking and the fellow from Iran who left with the Shah went down, I will give you the file on senior executive service in the colonies and their ties to 9/11, the Murat building, the Branch Davidian compound, the Challenger, Hurricane Katrina, 9/11 and the false flag aviation event scheduled for 25 to 28 November this year involving Boston, Chicago and Seattle. It may also occur that a Southeast aircraft goes down on approach to Dulles or Andrews. Thank you for this voluminous file, it must weigh 6 pounds. Here, take the file on senior executive service and how they have suppressed all federal bureaucracies excepting Department of Treasury, the United States Marine Corps and Abel Danger, which is tangential to Naval Intel's Deep Blue, hence the name of the Navy intelligence magazine. Chips.
Thank you for the senior executive file. I understand that the Department of Defense has been onto them going back to some bad shit at the Skunk Works in Palmdale in 1990. Further, I believe that SES had its start in 1979, the same year that femcomping was started, as well as the bullshit policy allowing females in the service academies, hence the motto on Annapolis rings LCWB for the Annapolis class of 1979, last class with balls, and if I'm not mistaken the class of 1979 was the class that Captain Gerald D. Cantor was in before the senior executive service corrupted the training exercise on 9/11 that sent United 175, American 11 and American 77 to the Atlantic drop box 60 miles due east of Osana Naval Air Station, Virginia.
Yes, that is all correct. 1979 was a bad year for patriots in America, as those sympathetic to the Francophony and the New World Order created SES, femcomping, FEMA, which is the handmaiden to DHS, and on top of that, Jimmy Carter from the draft Dodger class of 1947 humiliated the United States military by screwing up the hostage rescue while the attack of the killer Lesbos went into full deployment.
But Chips, we in England believe that you have stopped the implosion of America by fingering SES, fem-camping, FEMA and the lesbians who forced females into the service academies, and developed US DOJ Pride, where militant lesbians do each other over and over. Is this correct?
Yes, Lord Windows Merit is correct. All false flag aviation fatalities going back to 1974 were produced by senior executive service agents or their predecessors such as Hillary Clinton, Bernardine Dohrn, or Christine Marcy. However, we have our lack of balls in our hands and we will prevail.
What gives you confidence, Agent Chips?
We track them and they cannot track us. Secondly, we are smarter than they are. And third, in Ezekiel 21:26, God ordains it.
When you get the D2 banking file to the colonies, what will be the sign of progress?
The presidents of Russia and United States will have an impromptu summit in Spain that will be successful.
What makes you think so?
Because the President of the United States told me he appreciates the intelligence work I do for him, especially the part about Nancy Pelosi, Hillary Clinton and the DNC working to put him out to pasture.
Do you have time to join me at the Cutty Sock for a pint?
I'd love to, but Agent Fanny Galore, the wee one, just texted me and said that she was sudsing like a Maytag. Ta-ta, your lordship.
Safe journeys, Chips. The free world is counting on you. Fare thee well.